Hello viewers, right now we are at Okeri in Ijebu-Ode. We're on our way rather to the tomb of Queen Sheba, popularly known as Balikis Alagawura. Used to be one of the concubines of King Solomon in the Bible. Stay tuned as we shall be having the full coverage of the area any moment from now. Thank you. The Queen of Sheba was a real figure whose life and actions were recorded in the Hebrew Bible, the Christian Bible, and the Quran. Historians and archaeologists have been intrigued by her for years due to her appearance in all three Abrahamic religions, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. She is even a part of the foundational narrative of Ethiopia. Ethiopian populations had families with Egyptians, Syrians, and Israelis. So there is a possibility she could share some of that ancestry as well. Although many Western artists portray her as white, she would have been dark-skinned, a mixed North African descent when she was alive. She was famous for her extreme wealth, who wore finely made clothes and adorned herself with jewelries. Sheba is not the Queen of Sheba's name, but instead where she ruled. The region of Sheba, called Saba by many accounts, was in southwestern Arabia, near Yemen and Ethiopia. There are some evidence to suggest that the name Sheba comes from the Egyptian word for star. Her name differs based on the source. According to Egyptian Christians, her name is Makenda. Some linguists argue that it is a form of the name Candace, originating from Kandeg. According to the Quran, her name is Bilikis, translating to a concubine. Regardless of her exact name, all texts refer to her as the Queen of Sheba. Most information on the Queen of Sheba history comes from biblical texts. However, other religion texts contain similar details about her life and are also considered by historians. She is most famous for her interactions with King Solomon, detailed in the Hebrew Bible and the Old Testament. The Queen of Sheba was born somewhere between modern Yemen and Ethiopia, where the Sheba kingdom was located. A long journey to visit King Solomon reflects some economic relations between the two kingdoms. Her exact date of birth is unknown, but she must have lived sometime during the 10th century BCE. According to history, the wealthy Queen of Sheba traveled to Israel to visit King Solomon sometime in the mid-10th century BCE. Stories were circulating about his immense wisdom, and the queen wanted to meet him herself. During this period, the queen was very powerful and wealthy. Some historians believe she may have amassed this wealth through control of trade routes throughout North Africa and the Middle East. The Queen of Sheba was famous for her cleverness, intelligence, and wit, and the Bible portrays her as almost an equal to Solomon, who is revered in Jewish history as one of the wisest men of all time. This is Okeri in Ijebu-Ode. So right now we're going to give you a coverage of how it looks like. This is a place, it's a holy ground where you come and pray to God, and God answers your prayer, according to the story we heard. Thank you. When she met the king, she was not a practicing Jew, and she lived long before Islam and Christianity had existed. She posed a number of questions and riddles to Solomon to test his intelligence. Solomon was able to answer her questions, but not without difficulties. The Queen of Sheba was impressed, as was Solomon. Depending on the scripture, the Queen of Sheba decides to convert to either Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, and brought the religion back to Sheba. Some historians believe the queen had one of Solomon's children before returning home. So, I expected to pull her shoes, and we also got information that ladies are not allowed beyond this point. Ladies are allowed to stay here and pray. Their prayers will be answered, but only the men are allowed to go inside based on the tradition. A site hidden away in the dense rainforest of southwestern Nigeria, believed to be the burial ground of the biblical Queen Sheba. This burial site is located within a large area that is surrounded by the ancient Eredo earthwork and is believed to be the wealthy Queen Sheba's lost kingdom. The small sleepy village of Okeri, located on the outskirts of Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State, Nigeria, hosts this burial site of the ancient queen,
and has been the destination of local pilgrims for centuries who come to pay homage to the sleeping legend. It was recorded that she came with a very great caravan of camels carrying spices, large quantities of gold and precious stones. It was also stated that never again were so many spices brought into Israel as those the Queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. In Islamic tradition, she is commonly referred to as Bilikis, Balkis, or Balikis by the Arabs, who believe that she came from the city of Sheba, also called Mareb, in Yemen.
Orúkọ mi ni Anífowóṣe Òkìkí. Mo jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àwọn ọmọ olóyè nílùú tá a mọ̀ sí ọmọ Olórítún. Ibí báyìí là ń pè ní sàárè alága wúrà tá a mọ̀ sí Balikis tó jẹ́ aya Solomon nínú Quran. Ìlú Òkè Ẹ̀rí ló sọ̀kalẹ̀ sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ìlú Òkè Ẹ̀rí la wà ní Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. Ìtàn Queen Sheba gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa ṣe gbọ́ tí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé alága wúrà nínú Bible, Balikis nínú Quran. Alága wúrà jẹ́ ẹni tó jẹ́ aláwọ̀ dúdú ní ilẹ̀ wa bí tí a wà yìí. Ẹni tó jẹ́ aláwọ̀ dúdú ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n fẹ́ra wọn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ibi ló ń gbé tí Solomon fi rán lẹ́tà wá pé kó wá bá òun nálejò ní pálàsì ẹ̀ lọ́hùn. Ìdí tí Solomon fi mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ ni pé ẹyẹ bílíúdà ó jẹ́ nǹkan tí Solomon máa ń ránṣẹ́ káàkiri. Ìyẹn ló wá rìnrìn àjò wá sílùú yìí. Ló fi rí pé ó wá lọ ṣe bá Solomon pé ẹnìkan wà ó tó lẹ́wà jù ẹ lọ ó tó sì ní owó jù ẹ lọ ó. Ìgbà tí ìyẹn wá lọ bá padà pé Solomon wá sọ pé ṣóun lè rí. Ẹyẹ bílíúdà wá sọ pé òun ò mọ̀ pé kó rán lẹ́tà sí i. Ó wá rán lẹ́tà sí i. Níbi tó ti gbé rán lẹ́tà sí i lára àkọ́kọ́ kò dá lò. Orí kejì kò dá lò. Ó wá rán sí i lórí kẹta ó wá dá lò. Ó ṣá lọ bá Solomon ní pálàsì ẹ̀. Solomon wá jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé ẹnu ọ̀nà tó máa gbà wọlé Solomon ṣe ní gold. Solomon wá sọ yí pé ṣé òun lè rí ẹyẹ kan kó bá òun lọ gbé ṣíà ẹ̀ wá láti ilé ẹ̀ kó wá gbé sí pálàsì òun kó lè mọ bí òun náà ṣe ní agbára. Wípé kò ń ṣóun nìkan ni Ọlọ́run bá fún ní agbára. Lóòótọ́ ó dẹ̀ wá bá ṣíà ẹ̀ ní àga. Ó bá ṣíà ẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ Solomon. Ó wá ní pé ṣíà yìí máa jọ irú ṣíà mi àbí ti tọ̀dọ̀ mi ni. Solomon á sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ti tọ̀dọ̀ ẹni. Wípé bó Ọlọ́run ṣe fún ẹ ní agbára lọ́lọ́run ṣe fún àwa náà ní agbára. Wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ra wọn ṣá. Ó wá sọ fún Solomon pé òun ò ní sun àjòjì. Ìgbà tó wá ń bọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ ẹ̀. Tófun bá ti ń gbẹ àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ ó máa mú abẹ́rẹ́ àti ìkórídẹ ó máa sọ sílẹ̀ ó máa walẹ̀. Àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ á mu omi ń bẹ̀. Eredo yẹn ibẹ̀ ló ń pè ní Eredo. Eredo yẹn wá jẹ́ 32. Ìgbà tí màá ti dádì máa tọ̀ dé Badagry ó jẹ́ 32. Ó dẹ̀ ti ní ó ti kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ẹnìkan tẹ́lẹ̀ nílùú wa níbí báyìí tí ẹni ẹ̀ di omi. Mi ò mọ orúkọ ibi tó di omi sí. Ẹni ẹ̀ di omi sílùú wa yìí náà ní ibí báyìí. Nígbà tó máa dé padà ó wá sáàárín ìlú. Ìran gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe gbọ́ pé ìran wa ló fi igbá bu omi fún. Tẹ́ni ẹ̀ wọ́ wáyé tó fi igbá bu omi fún. Ó wá ní pé kí ẹni ẹ̀ tẹ̀lé òun. Ibí báyìí ló ti gbé ṣàlùwàlá. Ìgbà tó máa ṣàlùwàlá ló kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ló lọ báyìí. Tó wá sùn sí ibí báyìí. Orí ẹ̀ lélẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ ẹni bóyá gùn lélẹ̀ ló sùn sí ibí báyìí. Làwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ tó tẹ̀lé wá làwọn yẹn disappear. Ni bàbá yẹn mú igi kan ló ṣe àmì sí gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀. Ni bàbá yẹn lọ sáàárín ìlú pé èèmọ̀ òun ti rí èèmọ̀ nínú ìlú o. Bàbá yẹn ṣàlàyé fún wọn ṣàyẹn ní àwọn ẹni tó jẹ́ kínní lọ́ fi ṣe ibí báyìí lọ́ fi moderate ẹ̀ bá. Ìyanu tí ò kì í ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn èèyàn tó wá bá kò sí kan tó wá bí báyìí tádúrà ẹ̀ ò gbà fún.
Historical and archaeological studies reveal that there are many links between the biblical queen and Bilikis Shubon of Ijebu-land. This is our discovery for today. See you next time.